everyone, and welcome to another one of these more casual look at some of the older Figuarts that were released a long time ago. As you can see in front of me, there are 3 bags, so none of these came in any boxes. I got these maybe a year ago from a Facebook seller, and we have 3 Dopants here. We have Weather, and then we have 2 different Nascas, with the blue one and the laser red one. So we're just going to go through these very quickly and casually. Obviously I'm not going to be able to take any like I'll probably do like 1 photo shoot each for these guys, just going through them, but whatever. Let's see, let's get him out. So blue guy here, the accessories are indeed complete. It's just that it doesn't have a box anymore, and this piece just fell off. So the shoulder pad, let me see if I can just oh, that's fine, that's plugged back on. So let's see, he's got his sword, and inside here, you see, in terms of hands, he's got oh, let's see if we can just open that. There we go. And get that little paper out. Oh, we have the second piece of paper here, whatever that they used to have. And he has 4 hands each side. He's got fists, sword holding hand, grippy hand, and some sort of relaxed sort of display hand. So all of those are there. And I assume that this red one or orange one has the exact same, just done in different colors. So let's see. There we go. When I put these back in the bag, I'm going to have the instructions just the other way around, just so you know. Yep, 4 hands on each side, exact same thing. So fist, sword holding hand, spray open hands, and grabby hands. Let's just open the weather one as well. Let's see. These double ziplocks are pretty cool. And then the accessory piece, let's see. So that accessory piece, I think it's supposed to go behind here somewhere. Yep, there's peg holes there. So this is probably quite easy to fall out, I imagine. What stays in there if you're just posing him, I suppose. Oh, he's got a pointy hand, a fist, and let's see. I'm gonna guess he has very similar hand accessories. So golden hands. Oh, he's got that item without the pegs, so he can actually hold it properly without it looking silly. Let's see, he's got fists, pointy hands, item holding hands, and a more sort of relaxed sort of hand like that. So that's all the accessories for all of these guys. So they all pretty much come with their main weapon and a bunch of hands, which is absolutely fine for Figuarts for way back then, 2009 I think. So I'm just gonna let's just stand these guys up properly. And for Figuarts back then, these look, just looking at them like this, they already look pretty good. They got a lot of details. They're bulky. The joints are a little bit loose due to their old age, I guess, and the amount of posing, whatever the original owner did. And he seems to have kept them in quite good condition now, because they're clean, and there's no breakage anywhere. And it's pretty cool. So just as a tease for an upcoming video idea that I'm gonna do, here is Double Heat Joker. And no, Bandai has not released a Heat Joker. That's a custom that I've done, or all of them. I've done all of them. So you see, I achieved the height. So about 15 centimeters there with the little horn. So this one's going to be the same, which is just about 6 inches. And weather here is about 6.1, 6.2 inches, which is 15.5 centimeters. So these still scale very nicely with the real bone double, which means they're going to scale nicely with all the real bone figures. So that's great. That's awesome. That's good size. So say bye bye now. So anyway, obviously these 2 are pretty much identical figures, just different colors and stuff. I remember that you can remove these. Yeah, they're just in a little peg there. Oh no, I have the virus. No, I don't. My mouth's just dry from filming so many videos. So let's see, his hip joint to this leg is a little bit on the loose side, but otherwise, oh, that's a bit loose too. So I need to tighten that up. If you don't, in order to tighten these, you need a little bit of like super glue or something you want to stick in there, and then just keep moving this so it doesn't dry and get stuck. And then eventually the super glue in there will sort of create a little like plastic barrier or whatever and tighten up the whole joint. That's what you do. So as the paint job silver there is pretty nice. Orange is pretty good. All the lining is very sharp. There's nice like weathering on his sort of soft goods, well, from the show anyway, areas. And whatever spray paint job they did then is pretty good. Oh, his feet are a little bit on the dirty side, but otherwise he's in really good condition. So yeah, good paint job and all that. Moving over to her, exact same figure. Yeah, yeah. Oh, these pieces are softish, by the way, so they're not going to break. And the shoulder pads do pop off very easily. But I was going to say they do get out of the way for certain poses, not all of it. Soft plastic there, soft plastic on the top. Yeah, overall, these are very good figures. I think she's a little bit on the dirty side, but good hinges too. So in terms of articulations, you got the double neck joints. You can look that far down, that far up. That's pretty good. Full rotation there. Let's see, shoulder pads go just a little bit out the way. Let's see, arm. No, there's no full rotation on the arm because this. Well, there is. Oh yeah, there is. That's fine. Up, full rotation there. Double elbow joint, but that gets in the way. Ball peg and swivel for the hands. Of course, that gets in the way too. See, a little bit of a dumbbell joint for the shoulders to rotate just a little bit, but that gets in the way. Let's see, torso goes forward just a little bit, back just a little bit, sideways, sideways. That's really tight. This piece is soft plastic, like a belt piece, and gets out the way when needed. Legs can go down, go up, just a little bit, up, back, sideways. That's a lot of movement. Be sure always to check these joints, see if they're going to break, because I've seen a lot of old Figuarts where these leg joints actually want to snap, but this one looks to be in good condition. Although that's very worrying, because that's a very thin joint for a hip area, so do be careful with older Figuarts. So double knee joint, that's pretty good. Actually a cutout there that doesn't look too hideous. And that's another thing that Figuarts used to do a lot more. These knee pads pop out because they're not actually glued down, which again I'm totally fine with them not being glued down, but they are a little bit on the loose side. I think that's just a ball joint. Yeah, that's just a ball joint. Yeah. The colouring there looks a little bit worrying too, like that's going to break eventually. But you know, ball joints aren't too hard to replace these days. You don't exactly need that particular colour either. I mean, that's the wrong colour. So I'll probably just get a black one and replace it. From Frame Arms, they have a lot of joint packs that come out. So you can easily get a ball joint, which I do have, and replace it. You go back in there. So yeah. Okay, that's starting to get annoying now. That keeps falling out. In terms of the weapon, it's a very simple, soft-ish plastic, molded in black, but the silver pattern is printed on there very sharp and nice. That's good. Right, moving on to our weather guy here. I keep wanting to say weather wizard, but he's not. That's a Flash villain. Let's see, this piece up here is a little bit softish. That's cool. This piece obviously gets in the way. His head can move back just ever so slightly. Looks just a little bit rotation. Yeah. Neck joints is a little bit on the loose side. That's okay because you're not going to move him too much anyway. I got a dumbbell joint there. Shoulder pads on a hinge, so that's probably going to fall off quite easily as well. Arm goes up, and this thing really gets in the way, so you can't really move his arm up too much. Full rotation there, that's quite easy. Full rotation there, that's cool. And this piece actually hides that joint, plus this. So that's cool. That joint is mostly hidden. That's awesome. It's a nice side effect of the suit design. And double elbow joint, actually, this is not hindered too much. I mean, yeah, it can only go so far, but because this is softish plastic as well, it actually can go up quite a bit, so that's good. Hands on the ball peg and swivel, and that finger's way too long. That finger's too long. Torso goes back a little bit, forward. Yeah, it's almost got no backwards and forward, but sideways either, just a little bit. But he does have quite a good rotation, so... Oop, that's... Crap, that's stuck. Uh-oh. There we go. That was scary. Leg goes down, I think, a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit. Up, back. That's really going to hinder articulation a lot. Knee joint. Foot's on the ball peg, I think, as well. Yeah, just the same ball peg. Toe joint. Toe, tippy toes. Yeah. In terms of the look of this figure, yeah, it looks just like he does in the show. I mean, obviously, it's probably going to be some difference if I just compare it like left and right, but overall it does look very decent. You know, for a monster figure, for the cheap amount I paid for, it looks pretty good. Maybe this weathering effect there is a little bit too much. Kind of looks moldy and dirty, but it's not. That's actually part of the paint job. But that could have been transparent, would look better. But overall, a big and bulky villain figure, he looks pretty good. This is a decent figure. And the accessory here, it's painted and molded okay. If this didn't come out, I wouldn't be too bothered either. Just so you know, they're still having the other piece for him to hold on to, but this one just not plugging out. And the way this is molded and colored, the peg holes are not too obvious. So yeah. Overall, for like villain Figuarts, again, these are pretty decent. One would say, even for back then, these are better made than the double Figuarts, because looking back, the double Figuarts, it's okay, but you know, looking for back then anyway. But since we've seen the improvements to the real bone one, you know, the new one is just so much better. We can sort of see all of the flaws of the original. You know, wrong colored joints, the belts, the memory's not painted and all that, but these villain characters, they look great. Like, I would be happy to pick one of these up if they were released today, you know? So if you like double and you want some double villains or just rider villains in general, these are good figures to pick up. And I think for most people, you should be able to get these for a pretty like decent price, maybe cheaper than its original retail price. And if you can, definitely pick these up. I reviewed the Clay-Doh one a long time ago, and I think these are better than the Clay-Doh one, just because the Clay-Doh one is a little bit on the limited side. But of course, her original Dopant form and the cat one, those are like Figuarts Zero, so they don't really move, so that's a bit of a shame. And it's also a bit of a shame that the final big boss guy, he's also a Zero as well, so well, that looks good. He's got no articulation, so that's a bit of a shame too. But for these ones, the actual Figuarts, these are pretty cool. And if you're someone who wants to collect the entire, you know, main Dopants though, I still say it's worth it if you get them for less than their original retail prices. So yeah. Subscribe, suggest, and comment below, and of course take care and have a nice day. I will see you guys soon. Bye bye now.